What's going on YouTube? My name is Eric, I also go by Frosty, and this is going to be my discussion/theory video for One Piece Chapter 850. Chapter opens up, and we get to see Chopper and Carrot. At this point, they've gained full control of the Mirror Realm. Brule's still knocked out and is their prisoner, along with that train guy Diesel. They have Diesel chugging them along, trying to find a way into the castle. Being that Brule's their prisoner, they have the ability to pass through these mirrors as they please, so they're popping in and out, trying to find where they are, scaring people here and there. Still haven't found their way into the castle yet, but I'm sure, next couple chapters they're going to find their way in and save the day and everything. So while this is going on, Pedro and Baron Tamago's fight is going on. Very powerful clashes, some very strong guys. We find out that Pedro's bounty exceeds 300 million berries. I believe it was like 300 million, 8,200. Baron Tamago's also up there, over 400 million berries. And we find out about their background, their first time they clashed on Whole Cake Island, everything that transpired about that time. And Baron Tamago keeps questioning, why did you come back? So we find out in the past, he was on the island with Zeppo, who I can only assume, I'm sure, the rest of you assume the same thing. That's Beppo's father, Polar Bear. Who else could he be, So we get to see Zeppo. He's on the Whole Cake Island with him. During the first clash, Pedro either sliced out or just damaged it with a slice Baron Tamago's eye, so that's how he lost his eye initially. And when Big Mom caught up to them, she makes them pay the toll. They have to spin that wheel that we saw Jinbei spinning. And Zeppo unfortunately loses his life. He has to give up so many years to leave this island or to pay the toll. But it's not entirely paid, so Pedro has to pay the rest of it. With a little help from Peckham's, he gets it reduced, and he tears out his own eye to try and, at least preserve some of his life to get off this island, because he has his own plans. He wants to see this world enter its new dawn and go back to Zao and, wait for that person who's going to lead the way. So Big Mom is moved by, his offering of his own eye to make up for taking Tamago's eye, and actually lets him live and leave the island. So he goes back to Zao. Now, through this fight, it seems like, they're all pretty evenly matched. Baron Tamago might have the upper hand because he has these elastic pants that, their electricity won't work on him. But Pedro has this shining moment, slices right through Tamago, and I couldn't be more proud. I love Pedro. I wish he had more lifespan, because I would love to see how much more he could develop and help the Straw Hats throughout this, but the arc is still going. I know we're more than halfway through this point, and it's going to start picking up, so I'm sure we're going to see some more Pedro action before, he either returns, joins the Straw Hats, or maybe loses his life or something along those lines. But moving along, when Luffy and Nami are captured, they're stuck inside that book, their hands are tacked to the walls and stuff. Luffy's trying to rip his hands out. He even says, I don't care if I lose a hand or two, I cannot die here. All the fan theories come to fruition when we find out that Pudding does have that third eye, and she is in fact evil and plans to shoot Sanji dead at their own wedding, slaughter the entire German army, all because Big Mom wants their signs, she wants their clones. She's just a power-hungry bitch. So Sanji overhears all this. Rage is in there. She is presumably she's their prisoner. I think, she's going to get out on her own accord. She has this cake-looking guy on her lap with chocolate dripping down her leg, which I want to point out. If you hop back to last chapter and look, she might not be injured. That might just be the chocolate that was running down her leg that was left behind from that ice cream guy. Because if you look over, she doesn't look like she's really too banged up or any cuts or anything. I could be wrong, but just an idea I had. Thought you guys might want to check it out. So Reiju seems to be quite competent of a fighter herself. We see she can eat poison. She's got to have some kind of skills, and we don't even know if Pudding has any kind of power. She has that third eye that could be some kind of devil fruit, could be, the race that she was bred from. But I don't think she's, any superstar of the Big Mom Pirates. She's just, some cute little thing that can be used to manipulate people. Anyway, back to my theory. So, pretty much, Sanji is boned at this point. Reiju might make it back to Judge. Sanji might make it back to Judge. They might, try and convince him what's going on. But I'm sure once they realize Reiju's missing, they're going to start suspecting things themselves. And at this point, especially where we are in the story, we know the New World, whole new ball game. Pedro lost an eye, Tamago lost an eye, Zeppo lost his life. You have to pay a toll. It's not it's not like Paradise was. This is a New World. It's not a walk in the park. People might die. People might lose limbs. All of the famous pirates, the Yonko, the sorry, I'm having a brain fart. The warlords, all these higher ranking pirates, they have battle scars. They have been through the ringer, and at this point, Big Mom's pirates are getting pretty fucked because first Arouge was on that island, and he took out one of the commanders. Luffy took out Cracker. Brule is down for the count. Tamago is down, and they've lost some heavy hitters. So by the time the Straw Hats leave this island, Big Mom's crew is going to be quite substantially weaker than they were before. They lost half their commanders and some other powerful members of their crew. And who knows what's going to happen from there. It's going to really, the Straw Hats are really shaking the world up at this point. And I really want to get to this point. So Sanji, I really feel is going to have to pay a toll to leave this island, just like Jinbei did. But I don't think it's going to be a toll through Big Mom. I think Luffy could be foreshadowing something when he says, I don't care if I lose a hand or two. But I really feel like Sanji's not going to lose his hands, because that would even dwarf his fighting skills, because he can't balance his hands or anything. But who knows? Who knows? He's the chef. Hopefully he doesn't lose his hands. I think he's going to have to pay a bigger toll than that. Obviously, Sanji's a stand-up guy. He never hits a woman. He's very respectful, even though he's a little bit perverted. But regardless, he has that chivalry. He has that ambiance about him. That's his persona. That's his pride and joy, is his chivalry. I think the toll he's going to have to pay. Being that he's being royally screwed by Pudding, and he's never dealt with this before. He's never, he's faced some enemy female pirates before, though, but never quite the manipulative, twisting little wench she is. I think he's going to sacrifice that chivalry, which is going to be a big blow to his character. It's going to, kind of flip him, and we're going to see a different side of Sanji. Maybe it'll change him up a little bit, but I truly believe that he is going to have to pay that toll. He's not going to lose his hands. I don't think Luffy or Nami are going to lose anything. Chopper's probably going to come through and save the day. If anything, we might lose Brook. Who knows how it's going to transpire with Big Mom. I know he's seemingly immune to her, being that he's the Soul King and her powers based on souls and whatnot. But at this point, he seems like he's on his own, even though he is in the room with the Poneglyph. He might pass it along. Pedro might come back and save him, but one of those two is not making it back. Pedro and Brook. Now that I'm thinking more about it, Pedro's probably going to come in and save the day, and Brook's going to be on his merry way with the rest of the Straw Hats. But that's the main theory I wanted to get to, is Sanji's chivalry. The Red Wedding is coming. The Red Wedding is coming. Sacrifices must be made, and there will be a lot of bloodshed. So I hope you're all prepared for it. It's going to be a crazy wind down from the rest of this whole Kick Island arc, going into, whatever follows, be it Zhao. I think there was talk about the Reverie. Yeah, the Reverie is coming next. So a lot's going to go down before that Reverie happens, and it's going to flip this world, and I bet you we're going to even hear about it in the Reverie. If something happens to Big Mom's crew, that's probably some big news. Anyway, before I go too much off topic, that's pretty much what I want to discuss. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for sticking around and hanging out with me. And drop me a like if you enjoyed, and I'll try and get more of these theories going, because I'd love to do them. I just haven't had quite the opportunity to up until now. So that'll be it, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.